Real quick, I got a lot of questions about stop losses, and there's no fixed place. It's not like 10% below the price action, 5%. There's no fixed percentage. Like, it changes, and it depends on your strategy. Like, if you're day trading or short-term trading, it's going to be different if you're watching the charts very rarely. Take a look at these patterns because they're really easy to set your stop losses. So what I want you to focus on is when the price action is inside the triangle, your stop loss is going to go just below the pattern. Okay, so your price action's in here, your stop loss is here. All right, so once it breaks out, then you move your stop loss just inside the pattern, because if it breaks back into the pattern, all of a sudden it's a failed breakout. Okay, so let me show you an example of this. ICX, right? The whole time the price action's in the pattern, your stop loss is down here. Okay, then it breaks out. Well, you would have your stop loss, you'd move it here. It's broke out. So the price action came back down and retraced inside the pattern. Your stop's here. You get stopped out, right? Failed breakout. But then turns around and it breaks out and it retests. So you would buy this retest. You would put your stop loss back inside the pattern. Okay, and so now it's at this resistance, right? So let's say it breaks out above this resistance. So when it does that, you will put your stop loss below the resistance, because if it comes down, it breaks back below this resistance, the whole idea of the trade is negated. It's a failed trade. So you want to get stopped out. You want to put your stop loss in an area where it would negate the whole idea of the trade. The target here of this triangle is 22.54. And then once it breaks out above this resistance, same target essentially, right? But when it breaks down below this resistance level, it really negates the positive upside of this trade. And so your stop loss you want your stop loss to be in that area. Okay, so one more time, the price action inside the triangle, stop loss here. After it breaks out, you move your stop loss inside the pattern. Let's say it retests and bounces up here, and then it breaks out above this resistance, then you move your stop loss here. So remember, and you can do this as you keep going up. You could if there's more resistance up here, remember Alt-H makes a horizontal line. If you get another retest, well, hey, if it retests it, if it respects this support level, which was previous resistance, that's okay. You don't get stopped out. But let's say it breaks above here, and again, you move your stop loss up. And so when you take profits, it doesn't always have to be, hey, let me sell this coin. It could be, hey, let the price action decide it's going to pull back below some major support. So if it pulls back below this support level,